Ticker symbol VIRI got the upside we were looking for from yesterday's analysis. There is a potential reaccumulation phase right now that we're going to face. Let's go ahead and go over those potentials now. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again. This is ARCa coming at you with a VIRI technicals, raw price action, and statistical thread of analysis on this Hump Day Wednesday. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community in Discord called ARCa Bulls. With that said, let's dive right into the charts. Okay, you guys, so we're looking at VIRI on the daily chart here, and as you can see, this is essentially the target that we were talking about yesterday, facing a potential pullback from that area of about 206 at the 3-spot 272. Price action ended up getting the pullback from 209, very close to our target, right? Also remember that we still have to fulfill the top side. I mean, it's fair enough, right? Let's look at the difference between the top side of the psychological target, which is it's 3% away from actually fulfilling that top side target, which had a lot to do with the 3-spot 618 target, right? So I think more likely than not, we could actually be facing I would say a temporary retracement, right? First of all, the indication of that is touching a very critical resistance, one that we literally colored even red, saying that we would face a resistance from that zone, right? So, and this is not a reaccumulation phase as in it would pose a potential danger. Actually, this would be a very, I assume, just based on this price action here, just by looking at this, I'm thinking that this could be a very temporary downside. First of all, this is a daily iteration here of a shooting star. So a shooting star formation, a shooting star candle usually presents, a downside thesis. It presents a potential for an incoming downside, right? Especially when it's being printed like this. This is an excellent execution of this candle, right? So we have that space in between both the candles, and it's very much alone over here. So it's definitely nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and see the potentials for the downside here. So first of all, please remember that we were looking at this broadening, this right-angled broadening ascending wedge. We looked at it, right? And this is how we were able to determine our resistance level that we were trading within, right, for a few days, right within this area here. Well, if we look at the price action and we look at what's happening right now within this little bearish setup, I could see a potential validation of this newly converted resistance, what was our resistance, right, into now a support before a continuation to the upside. It just so happens that a lot of candles. Hold on just a second. Did I just hear I thought I just heard my little boy. He's asleep outside, and I'm actually alone here, right? So my apologies. I'm going to take one ear off just so I can hear, right? So, right. So I'm thinking that we could actually get this retracement into validating the newly converted resistance into support before a continuation to that upside. Okay, so now the targets beyond this area that we're looking for, you're already familiar with, right? So let's go ahead and go over some of those now, right? So, oh my goodness, no way. Check that out. So this is actually the modified target that we were looking at just yesterday, right? Very interesting touch of that resistance perfectly at that area, right? So I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, you guys. So let's go ahead and now continue on the analysis here because there is. Oh well. Also, we need to touch down on the what happened here with the 200-day getting crossed by the 50-day simple moving average, right? This is the golden cross. We got that algo to print it perfectly on that day, and we got that cross today, right? So usually when we do get that cross, the fresh cross, price action tends to run to the upside, and then a pullback tends to happen, right? So first of all, the resistance level that I am looking at is particular to around 178 to 180. If we are to fail that support, then and I would say failing the support with a daily candle beneath that 178 could actually do it for me. And then we could actually get retracement back to the area of about 154. Okay, you guys, but that's not in the books right now, and it's not really indicating that at least the price action is not indicating that that could be a possibility. As oh yeah, please remember that we still have the firing of the signal here from the 5-day volatility versus momentum backtest, right? So this profile actually gave us the statistical metrics that are essentially telling us that we can move from this candle here, right? This would be the firing of the signal. We can make a move of about, I'd say, 125%, considering the upper bound of the first standard deviation. That target is leading us to around $3.33, which actually has, let's see, actually, is it 333 directly on the money like that? It's 337 actually. So it has a lot to do with the 2.618 at 333. So geometrically speaking, right, there could be that high potential there as well. Okay, you guys. So, and we do have, we do have 100% probability here that we can make a move at least that, that's at least 64.76%. And thus far, I guess we can see that. Right, so let's go ahead and just kind of put this right down here and see what kind of move we've made to the upside. So we've made about a 40% move to the upside, which is already getting very close to the mean of 64.76. So 64.76% would essentially put us at where? Let's go ahead and just look at this right here, right? So 64 spot. Oh my goodness, I think this is about as close as I'm going to be able to get. It's all good. Okay, so yeah, it's taking us to about $2.46, right? So if we were to come back here and take a look at what that 246 looks like from this chart here, we'll go ahead and notice that the golden mean 4.618 is landing at about that 240 level, right? So naturally we have an area of resistance to take into consideration, right? So something along the lines of this right over here. Okay, so now this marks off the new zone that we can actually be trading in. So I know that we have converted this into a support now. We still have to validate it though. Okay, so and I think the RSI is telling us that there is a possibility for that. Okay, but before we get to that RSI, let me just go ahead and talk to you about the Gaussian channel here on the 5-day time frame. Please notice that we are absolutely within the inside of the channel, and the first time since February, since Wednesday the 14th. I'm sorry, I would say the week of the 14th. Sorry, 2022. So September. My goodness, yeah, this is. It's been quite a while since we had the inside of the Gaussian channel, right? So the top side of the Gaussian channel right here is actually very similar to the top side that we were looking at just on the previous chart. So this is around $2.66, and the upper side of this Gaussian channel here is suggesting a potential $3.55 move to the upside, and that signal fired. So it's looking like there's a high probability there. Okay, you guys, so now let's go ahead and finish off this analysis here, starting with the RSI, right, or ending with the RSI. This is the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame, suggesting a continuation to the downside, a little bit of a bearish outlook from that SMA 14 represented by the pink line as well. So this is essentially where I'm thinking that I want to favor price action. So please remember that we were actually looking at the retracement of price action here, right? Literally right over here, right here, and we were looking at the SMA 14 represented by the pink line. We were saying to ourselves that, you know what, yeah, we could actually face that support from the SMA 14 before we continue to the upside, and it looks like we got that, and the price moved on to the upside. So it's okay that the price action wants to come back and validate that SMA 14 as a viable support. It's entirely fine. We do have to practice some patience. So this here is literally the reason why I'm saying that there could be a retracement back to this high, which is about $1.80, right? So that could be an area to look out for as a loading zone. So definitely keep your eyes peeled for that, guys. Okay, so moving on to timeframes here. Daily time frame RSI is still suggesting a massive upside. We absolutely crossed upside of the 14-day simple moving average, and this was literally, we talked about this. We were in the gravitational zone just yesterday. Okay, you guys. So So, and now following up to the 3-day and the 5-day, of course, we still have upside pivots, very aggressive upside here on the 5-day as well. Okay, you guys. So please remember that first and foremost, that I am not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. Okay, you guys. But with that said, I wish you well, a very, very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.